Today is all about the beloved nacho. There are so many stories about how this delicious dish has been created, and we are gonna set the record straight. And of course, we're gonna make the original. You're gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Jill and this is YesterKitchen. Part food history, part cooking, all delicious. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so today's the day. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and today is all about nachos. Who doesn't love nachos? They are a blank canvas that are so versatile. I've seen everything from pulled pork to seafood to vegetarian, all good, but not the original nacho. The original nacho is about as simple and perfect as you can get. So there's a bunch of stories about how the nachos were created, and there's a bunch of variations of one main story, but I am here to set the record straight because I read an interview with the originator, the man, the myth, the legend, Ignacio Anaya, back in 1969, and he tells the story, and who else are you gonna believe? He was there. So here is the story according to the man, the myth, the legend, and there he is, Ignacio Anaya, or Nacho, that's the nickname for Ignacio. So Nacho was working in 1943 at a restaurant called the Victory Club in Piedras Negras, Mexico, and he was the maitre d' there. Okay, so here's the map of where Piedras Negras is, and as you can see, it's right across the Texas border from a town called Eagles Pass, where there was Fort Duncan, an army base. So it was so common every day for people to cross the border, back and forth, do their things, have fun in Mexico, go back home, and it was a huge, huge military community. So one day, 4 military wives came into the restaurant looking for a snack. He said they've actually been drinking, so no wonder they were looking for something to eat. And the chef happened to be out. So he didn't want to turn them down and send them away. He was a great guy. So he said, let me go in the kitchen and see what I can find. And he came up with corn tortillas. Actually, Longhorn cheese from Wisconsin is what they actually had in the kitchen at the time, and pickled jalapenos, not fresh, pickled. And so he put them together, served them to the ladies. Of course, they fell in love, because what's not to like? And they said, hey, what is this called? And he thought very quickly on his feet, and he said, hey, I came up with it. So he called it Nachos Especial, Nachos Special. And they fell in love with it, and pretty much the rest is history. But we're gonna fill in a little bit more than that. So these ingredients didn't randomly come together. Actually, when Nacho was young, he was an orphan, and the woman that took care of him fed him quesadillas all the time. And if you don't know what a quesadilla is, it's a flour tortilla with melted cheese folded over. It's perfect. So he took that inspiration and found these ingredients and created nachos. And a worldwide food icon was born. I mean, literally, they're all over the world. Now, sadly, Nacho passed in 1975, but we are gonna make his original recipe from his original words right now. So the first thing he did is he took 3 corn tortillas, and here they are. And he cut them in quarters. So we're gonna cut them in quarters, not a bunch of different wedges, but exactly in quarters. Okay, get that out of the way. These are so good. And I'm gonna bring in baking sheet that's well greased because you don't want that cheese to stick, you want it to go in your belly. Okay, and we are gonna take all of our little quarters, or as he called them, wafers, and put them just on our little tray. So obviously you're gonna get 12 nachos, and let me tell you something. If you are looking for the perfect cocktail party appetizer, because I always relate everything back to the cocktail party, these are perfect, because what's perfect for a cocktail party? Any appetizer you can hold in your hand, because remember, you got a drink in the other. You need a handheld appetizer, and these are perfect. Regular nachos, you gotta kind of sit down for those because you got the piles of cheese and guac and sour cream and salsa and everything else. Oh, and by the way, why do I have 2? I have a special taster coming in later. You're gonna love it. Okay, back to the nachos. All right, so Mr. Anaya went ahead and did just like that. And now I have a little bit of canola oil, vegetable oil is fine. And actually, I'm gonna put this down. And you're gonna take your brush. And I have got about a tablespoon in here. If you use it all, you use it all. If you don't, you don't. You wanna make sure they're really, really well coated. So I know what you're thinking. The original nacho tortilla wasn't deep fried? Nope, it was baked. I love, 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 love food history. Okay. And by the way, what's your favorite nacho? I love getting nacho ideas because they're just so crazy endless. Okay, so we've got all of our tortillas all lightly brushed. Now these are gonna go in a 350 oven for between 15 and 20 minutes. You wanna watch them because you want them brown, but you don't want them burned. So go babysit your tortillas and we'll be right back. Okay, our tortillas are out of the oven. They look gorgeous. You wanna see them? Take a look. See, this is exactly what you want. Just browned, not burnt, golden. They're getting a little puffy. Oh, these are perfect already. And now we are gonna make what Nacho intended. So I have here 1 cup of shredded Longhorn cheese. What is Longhorn cheese? It's like a Colby, which is very similar to cheddar. So it's made in big cylinders, and when they sell them, they cut them. So you can either buy a round or you can get like a half circle of them. If you can't find Longhorn, it's pretty readily available, but if you can't, just get either a mild or a medium cheddar cheese and you'll be fine, really. The taste is crazy similar. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cup of cheese and we are gonna put a little bit or a lot of it on every single little wafer, as Mr. Anaya says. I just love this. This is just, I mean, you don't have nachos like this, right? I mean, I love piling on everything, but this is just simplicity and food history at its finest. Okay, and this is why we grease our pan. And actually I use foil because it's just easier for cleanup. Because, you know, melted cheese, not fun cleaning. So the next thing we need is our jalapenos. Pickled jalapenos, not fresh. And what I did is I went through the jar and I picked the real pretty ones because you only get one. You're not gonna be piling them on, so you want the star of the show to be the star of the show. So, 1 on every single one. I can't even imagine being the very first taster of these things. That was just, must have been incredible. It must have been just the biggest, what is this kind of moment. Because, I mean, you just have everything balanced, everything perfect. And there we go. So now we got 2 choices. We are gonna cook them. We're gonna put them back in our 350 oven for 5 minutes. Watch it until the cheese melts, you're done. Or you can turn on your broiler and put it in and watch it. I don't do the broiler because cheese can go from perfectly melted to burnt in like a nanosecond. So I would rather monitor it, and that's why I keep it in a 350 oven, but you can do what you like. Anyway, these are gonna go in the oven. We're gonna be right back with the original nachos on a super pretty plate, and I'm gonna have a guest taste them. Okay, so take a look at the original 1943 nachos. Right over there. Are they gorgeous or what? See, simplicity at its finest. And I promise you they're good. What's not to like? But I brought a special taster with me today. Come on in. So you hear me talk about hubby all the time?
That's me.
This is Rod. And actually, he did one video with me, right? It was very nice of you. And if you missed it, it's right up there. It's when we were on our road trip and we were out in the middle of the desert and I made him. Anyway, I've made nachos today. Now these are real, like this is what started it all. These are the nachos.
Where's the guacamole?
The original nachos didn't have guacamole.
Sour cream?
No sour cream.
Where's the beef?
These are the original nachos.
Got it.
I want you to try them because I know how much you love Mexican food.
Yes, I do.
So give them a try. You're my taster. Pick your favorite one.
That's really good.
Right? I'm telling you.
Can I have the rest?
You can have the rest. Because they're so easy to make. I can make more. So this is nachos. This is the history, the real history from Ignacio Anaya himself. You gotta make them. And when you make them, you're gonna love them and tell your family the history. Tell them the story because it's a really cool story. You can keep eating them. That's fine. I knew you would do that.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming and tasting. But he wanted a snack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tasting. I love you, baby. He's still eating. If you'd like to explore more dishes from your childhood or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every Friday. In the meantime, here's some more retro dishes for you. And remember, every dish
Even nachos.
has a story. I'll see you in the next video.
Cheers.
Cheers.